Hey everybody, I'm Jenny. I am with Houston Moms, and this is Laura Hernandez from Mama Systems. Now, Laura is in Texas, but you are not in Houston right now. Laura, where are you?
I'm not. I'm in Dallas area.
Dallas area, but you used to live in Houston, yes, right?
I grew up in Beaumont.
Beaumont.
So I'm kind of a Southeast Texas girl, and I
Yes.
can get my accent back real fast if I need to, but I'm hoping that doesn't come out. We're
So,
just
okay,
going
I
with
know
Dallas right now.
I feel like when I talk to certain people, my accent is stronger, and they think I'm like insulting them. I'm like, no, it just happens. Like I'm not trying. It just happens. Okay, so you are now in the Dallas area. Where in Dallas are you?
We're in Parker, like where South Fork Ranch is, where the show Dallas was filmed. We're right down the street. So,
Okay, well, great.
yeah,
So you are in Dallas, and you are, how many children do you have?
we have 10 children.
10
So,
children. Okay. And what
yes, people.
are the ranges of your 10 children?
Yeah, so our oldest is 16 and our youngest is 3.
Okay, that is quite a range. So tell me like a little bit, like just as people are joining in, like what does your, what does tonight look like for you? Like tell me about like getting dinner on the table. Like how did that go? What did you make? How did that situation play out there at your house?
Yeah, so we start dinner time around 5-ish. That's when I go in and start making dinner, and kids kind of help get stuff on the table and set the table and get ready for school while I'm prepping for dinner.
Okay.
And tonight I made pork chops and mashed potatoes and peas. So,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
And did they help you clean up, or are you mostly cleaning? Like how's that going?
I don't clean. Um,
I love
Or
you.
people do that. Everybody has a different job that they're in charge of. So I'll often help with loading dishes, but I did not do that tonight. Um,
Love.
so I have somebody clearing the table, somebody wiping down the table. One of my kiddos is supposed to load dishes, another one's supposed to unload dishes. So by the time I go to bed at night, the kitchen should be clean, the living room should be clean, everything should be cleaned and picked up, and that way I can wake up to a clean house and we're
That is
waking up to
amazing.
calmness, you
When
know?
I walk out in the morning to my home, if my living room or kitchen area looks like a bomb went off, I feel like my day has already started off on a bad note. And sometimes that's my own fault because like if I'm supposed to be the one to like resets it at night and I didn't do it, it's like, okay, well now I just shot myself in the foot. But I know like if I walk out and it's clean, then I'm like, okay, we've already started on, like, we're gonna have a great day. It's gonna be a great day.
It's
So
amazing how that makes you feel, right?
yes, it really does set the tone. So, okay, how long has Mama Systems been a thing where you have kind of been helping other people? How long has that been going on?
For a little over 4 years now.
Okay, 4 years. And kind of what made you start it? Like, what do you see moms struggling with? Like, kind of tell me a little bit of that story.
Yeah, so I'm in 6-month period, we went from 4 kids to 8 kids, and along with a cross-country move and along with remodeling a house and living in a rent house, along with another foster baby coming to join us for a hot minute. And during that time, like we had 5 little people, 4 and under, all in diapers. And I was like that every day. I was like, oh, gosh, what? Just is everybody alive? Are we doing like I just living kind of in that panic of survival mode, just so vigilant all the time. And I was like, we can't live this way, right? But
Right.
searching for things that would work for our family I was like, we're too unique, right? There's
Yeah.
nothing for foster, adoptive, special needs, half homeschool, half public school
Yeah.
kids with therapists in and out of the home all day, social workers in and out of the home all day. Like there was just nothing. And so I had to really sit down and kind of figure out what was important to us. And so that process that I went through is now what I get to coach mamas through. And it kind of happened by accident. I was helping a friend one night kind of figure out her schedule and her things. And I was like, I really enjoyed that. It's like a puzzle. And like, I got really excited about doing it. So I was like, I should do this more often. So I tried it with a few more friends, and then Mama Systems was born. So
I love that. Well, and yeah, you're right. It is a puzzle because every household is different because everyone has different age kids and different kids with different abilities and moms that work in the home and out of the home and dads that are present and dads that aren't present. And, you know, it's just everyone kind of has different needs to be able to make their household work. But I do think everyone could have a system. And I mean, why do you think it's so hard to help to get us kind of going on a system? Like, what is it? Do you think it's just not knowing what your kids are able to do or what you are able to release? Like what makes it that hard for us?
ooh, I think that it's all the emotion along with it, right? Because it's not so much that it's hard getting your kids or you don't think your kids are capable or anything, like not a limiting belief, but more of a, hey, we're not thinking clearly. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're, I mean, think of it as kind of like you've just been in a car wreck and your whole body's in shock and you were overwhelmed and you were feeling all the feelings. And then someone's like, please perform the operation that you need to have done on your body. And what? It's ridiculous. So having someone come in from the outside and be like, oh, yeah, this needs to happen. And I see you're bleeding out here. This is overwhelming you and draining you. And
Mm-hmm.
hey, your kids can be doing a lot more. And I think that that's just so key, having an outside person kind of look in and say like, hey, there's different things that we could try here. When you feel like you've tried everything and you're like out of options,
Yeah.
there's more to try. And there's different things that could possibly work that maybe haven't been tried yet.
I love that. So you'll do, I know, I worked with you several years ago when my kids were little, and you were doing, not only, so one thing you helped me do is we kind of talked through like, this is my week, what my week looks like. And this is my kids, like what my kids are capable of. And you kind of said, okay, this is what Jack's schedule is. And this is what Ellie's schedule is, where like every Monday morning, Ellie is going to do this for you. And every Tuesday that Jack will do this. And these are his little jobs. And then even for me, because I will admit, I struggle with consistency. And so you would say Monday is you're going to do this in the kitchen. And on Tuesdays, you're going to do this outside. And you kind of helped me kind of maintain a system. But can you speak a little bit on how do you help us kind of create, sorry, my dog is being a little bit vocal, create a system for kids of different ages and kids who, if you have a 8-year-old and a 3-year-old, how can you help them both contribute to the home in ways that might be different based on their abilities? Or maybe we have children who have special needs, but also kids that might be a little, let's call it resistant to participate in household chores and things like that.
Yeah. So I love this question. We always want to give kids things to their ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's times when my 3-year-old is capable of doing more than my 9-year-old who has special needs.
Okay.
Right. And so it just, again, looks so different for every family. And so knowing your kids and knowing what they're capable of, and then giving everybody a job, because we're a team and we all work together and that's what we do. And so everybody's jobs are going to look a little different. And my 16-year-old's jobs are going to look a lot different than my 3-year-old, but we're all working together. Right. And so that's the focus of it. It's not like, well, he has this job and you have this job. It's, hey, we're a team and we're working together. Often it can be kids to get them to go above and beyond. It can be a little tricky. And so we do something in our house called the ticket system.
Okay.
And it has been life-changing for us because it has really limited the amount of entitlement in our home, of just feeling like I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I can turn on an Xbox whenever I want and watch TV all day. But the ticket system really allows our kids to earn their time on the Xbox or earn money or whatever they want to do. And it's more like a job where they can earn tickets and then redeem them for different things. And it really has taught them the value of hard work. I've seen my kids do really hard things to earn something that they really wanted, which I don't think that I would even think that they were capable of, but they show up all the time and are willing to work hard because they love a good Xbox game.
Yes, they do. And you're talking like an actual physical ticket, like they're earning like a piece of, like a actual physical thing.
Yes. So we don't do an allowance in our home. We just do tickets, and that's amazing because we don't really need any more stuff in our house. Mm-hmm. And I know that they would just go buy trinkety stuff that would drive me absolutely crazy. And so this is great because they can spend it on having a bowl of ice cream or playing Xbox or watching a movie or something. So
I love that. Well, so, and when you do the ticket system, is each kid earning it in different ways then? So like your 3-year-old is, like you said, earning it in a different way than your 9-year-old. Is that what you're, okay.
Yeah, we'll have our 3-year-old walk around and pick up socks, and that would be a ticket for him. And our older kids, it's like, you need to go skim the pool and get all the leaves out of the bottom of the pool. And that's a ticket, so it's definitely differing levels of ability there. But again, that just goes back to knowing your kids and really wanting to challenge them and not making it so tedious for them, but really challenging them and then allowing them to live up to their fullest potential.
And then they, I'm sure, are going to be asking for ways to earn tickets because they're wanting to get to play an Xbox game and not, yeah.
Like, that's when it feels magical, is when your kids are like, Mom, how can I help? What can I do? What jobs can I do? You're like, yeah, the house is clean. I don't know what to give you right now because all the jobs have been done. So that's when it feels like, I think I figured it out. Whatever this is, I figured it out.
I love that. Yeah, because to get to a point where like you have nothing to give them to do, that would be incredible. So I know that like there is like one-on-one coaching where you would like talk to a mom and you totally unpack her whole life and give her like, you know, actual things to do for her. But I know also there's some like online courses that you offer. Can you talk a little bit about like kind of the difference between those two things and what you would offer in a course?
Yeah, so I have a few different courses. So I have the ticket system course that walks you through how to set up a successful ticket system in your home. And then I have a master course and a special needs mamas course. And the master course just kind of takes kind of the flyover view of, hey, let's assess what's going on in your life. And then from there, we're going to eliminate, automate, and delegate the things that drain you and prioritize and plan for the things that give you life. And it kind of just helps you create a rhythm and routine. But that's all videos. It's all online. Okay. And then I have a 90-day coaching program that we just launched, and I'm loving it. I'm super excited about it. So it's coaching for 90 days, along with video trainings, along with group coaching and group sessions, and then along with Marco Polo, like unlimited access. So it's really fun.
Oh, I do love a good Marco Polo chat. Those are so easy, like to like just hop on, ask a quick question. Yeah. And then you can answer it when you get to it. That's so great. I always feel like we should have at this point in life, the ability to like send a FaceTime voicemail. And I know that's what Marco Polo is, but like, why can't we do that just with like texting voicemail? You know what I mean? Like just a text voicemail. I don't do that yet. Sorry, my dog. Okay. So, when I also wanted to ask you about, sorry, my dog is distracting me. What do you see outside? Do you feel like, that moms are at the point where the kids are kind of I know in my house, like I'm like the default parent, and I feel like it's almost easier for me to just do it rather than teach them how to do it. And now I feel like I've kind of created monsters because they know that it's just easier for me to do it than to teach them how to do it. Like they're just like, Mom, will you just do this for me? And now I'm the one carrying and holding all of these things. Do you find that it's a long process to like untrain that, or is it quicker? Because sometimes I'm scared that I'm like, how long is this going to take for me to now untrain these little monsters? Is it going to be a 2-week process or a year-long process?
I don't really think either. I think it'll be a gradual thing. Like it won't happen magically after 2 weeks, but I don't think it'll take a year by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's just revisiting those systems again. And it's like what happens when we fall off the wagon?
Yeah.
The joy of it is, if you know those systems work, just jump back into it. Have a conversation. Say, guys, I've really dropped the ball here, and I'm really struggling with getting all the things done. I'm super tired. Like just being vulnerable with your kids and having them come, like have the opportunity to step into that space and be a part of the team and step up. I mean, like how amazing is that our kids will have empathy and be able to learn all of that, see a hole in the team and be able to step in. And I mean, I haven't heard a story yet of a mom saying, hey, I really need help. I'm really struggling here. And a kid being like, sorry, Mom, suck it up. Like it just hasn't happened yet. And so I think it is vital that it happens sooner than later, because I think the longer, it's going to take longer and longer. And I have to tell you that growing up, we had a housekeeper growing up. I haven't had one in since I left home when I was 18. I'm 42 now, 41. I don't know how old I am. Doesn't matter. I'm still I'll see something on the floor and I'm like, oh, she'll get that. It's so ingrained in me that somebody else will take care of it. Somebody else will pick it up. And for the longest, it's been me. I'm the one doing it, right? But I still think that some magical fairy is going to come along and take care of it. And so I think it's really important to teach our kids early on Nobody's coming after you. It's your job. It's your
Right.
responsibility.
I think one thing you also taught me when we were together several years ago was that like it might not be perfect when they do it. Like I was talking about, my kids were putting their laundry away in their drawers, and it didn't look beautiful when they did it, but like they were putting their shorts in their drawers and their shirts in their drawers, and it's like that's okay if it's not all even, it's like, but they're doing it, and I'm not doing it, and
Yeah.
it's like, so I'm not the one putting the shirts in the drawer. They're the ones doing that. And that is a victory because they are the ones putting their laundry away. And now, like my daughter who is in 5th grade, her bedroom drawers are immaculate. They look way better than my own do. Like they are pristine because she's that much of a perfectionist. And now I'm like, do you want to come do mine because they look so beautiful? She needed, I think after a while we just had to learn that like she needed that freedom to kind of learn how to do that on her own, where I wasn't micromanaging and doing it for her because I just thought, oh, it's just easier for me to do that. Yes, Bethany says it's the independence. And yeah, like just like letting her go and do that, and not hovering and doing it. Megan says she's gonna hire her daughter to do hers too. Let's put all the laundry away. Let's do that.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you wanted to touch on before we kind of direct people with where they can find more information?
I do just kind of want to reiterate that it's just easier to do it myself is a very big lie. And you're not doing your kids any favors and you're not doing yourself any favors. Like taking the time up front is so worth it. Just like putting systems in place, like sitting down and planning that process, it's time up front, but oh my goodness, once it's in play, it's so worth it. So
I love that. Well, we are going to direct people to mamasystems.net, spelled just like, MAMASYSTEMS, which is your website, mamasystems.net. And you have kind of all the things there on your website to direct people to all the different things that you offer, your ticket system course, your coaching, your online courses, your 90-day course, and then kind of your one-on-one coaching as well. So if you have any interest in getting some help, if you feel like you're drowning and you just need someone to go like, here is kind of like she said, like if you're in a car accident, you can't operate on yourself. You need someone else from the outside looking in to go, here's the assessment of what you need. Laura is fantastic at that. And just kind of like looking from you need a third party to kind of look in and go, here's kind of what I think would be the most helpful to you right now. So go to mamasystems.net and we'll put a link, and we're going to post this on YouTube. If you missed any of this, you can go back and watch it later. But thank you so much, Laura, for joining us. And if anyone has any questions, post them in the comments real quick before we hop off.
I'm like listening to your, if you get in a car wreck, I mean, like, that's quite the analogy there that I used.
No, well,
like if you get in a car wreck.
Yeah, don't do that. We don't want anyone doing that. It made sense to me. I understood it.
Okay.
Megan's clapping. Yay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. It's been fun to see all these little names pop up. Oh, I just saw Ashley. Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming in, and thank you. Oh, Bethany had a question. Do you do allowance for your older kids?
I don't. My oldest daughter has a job, and so she works, and then no.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
Here we go. The kids who actually want to earn money we really want to push entrepreneurship and getting out there and working for someone other than us. So there's been times where it's like, okay, hey, if you did this really big job, like if you go dig this hole or fill in this hole, we live on land, so that's why I'm saying holes, then we'll give you $15 or something like that. But the daily chores are just, hey, you're a part of this household, you're a part of this team, this is how we're all showing up. And so we don't do allowance for that. And then we do the ticket system for extra chores around the house. And then kids can turn that in for money if they want to buy something.
That's smart. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And we will post links and everything to this later. And and what is your Instagram name, just in case? I mean, I think it's probably attached here, but just real quick, share your handle.
Yeah, at Mama Systems.
At Mama Systems.
Well, not really at, just Mama Systems.
Yes.
But,
Yeah, well, the little,
yeah. I don't know.
You know what?
Do I say at when you say what's your handle at Mama Systems?
I mean, I do this. this little doohickey. I don't know what you call that. All right. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Good night. Go enjoy your evening. I hope your children go to bed peacefully and quickly.
Amen.
All right. Good night.
Bye, Jenny.
Bye.